While fans were thrilled to see Walter White and Jesse Pinkman appear in Better Call Saul in a couple of episodes, it is even more impressive how Saul Goodman himself was effectively used in this show and Breaking Bad. Occasional crossovers are one thing, but it is very rare for a character to be a regular on multiple shows. With spin-offs and shows set in the same universe, these characters have managed to make big impressions from one show to another. In some cases, they even make the transition from a supporting role to the lead of the new show. As fans get to know these characters even more, they cement themselves as television icons. 10's George Jefferson All in the Family is regarded as one of the most influential sitcoms in television history, and it provided the jumping-off point for another groundbreaking television character. George Jefferson was introduced in the show's fourth season as the black neighbor to the racially ignorant Archie Bunker. Jefferson became a regular on the show in season 5 before launching into his own spin-off series The Jeffersons, which followed him and his family. It became one of the longest-running black-led shows in television history. 9/10 Angel. Though Buffy the Vampire Slayer was filled with supernatural threats and action, there was also plenty of time for romance. It made for a thrilling aspect of the show that was certainly not going to end well for the couple. However, in going their separate ways, Angel got his own spin-off show and took fellow Buffy regular Cordelia along on the adventure that was filled with more supernatural fun and some exciting recurring villains. 8/10 Detective John Munch. Though he is not as prominently remembered in television history, Detective John Munch is one of the longest-running characters in television history. He began as a regular on the crime series Homicide: Life on the Streets as a Baltimore police detective. When that show was cancelled, Munch then made the move to New York City, where he served as one of the detectives on Law and Order Special Victims Unit. Seven-tenths Cleveland Brown. Though Family Guy was initially cancelled after 3 seasons on Fox, the show's later revival helped make it one of the network's top animated shows. It was so successful that it even earned a spin-off with one of Peter Griffin's best friends starting his own show. The Cleveland Show found Cleveland Brown with a new family in a new town. The Cleveland Show was eventually cancelled after 4 seasons, but unlike its predecessor, it was not renewed. Instead, Cleveland rejoined Family Guy, where he faced a lot of insults about the failure of his show. 6/10 Zoe Johnson. Producer Kenya Barris made a name for himself with the critically acclaimed sitcom Black-ish. The show follows a middle-class black family as they deal with typical family mayhem while also addressing modern issues in the world and their community. Zoe Johnson plays the oldest child of the family, and she headlined Barris' first spin-off of the show, Grown-ish. The series maintains the sitcom tone as it follows Zoe into her college years and beyond, with her younger siblings joining the show as they get older as well. However, they were given a special surprise when he actually appeared before his own show as a regular on Jessica Jones. That initial appearance helped introduce Luke to the audience and establish the fan-favorite romance with Jessica before he got to have his own show. Of course, he then joined the other heroes in the team-up series The Defenders. And with all the theories about Netflix characters in the MCU, it might not be the last fans have seen of Luke Cage. 4/10 Sheldon Cooper. It is usually a spin-off show that allows a character to return in another show and continue their story. However, Sheldon Cooper was such an iconic character from his time on The Big Bang Theory that fans wanted to see his origin story. Young Sheldon takes a look at the younger years of this genius, with all the quirks and eccentricities that made fans love him in the first place. And despite not having the beloved cast of his other popular series, Young Sheldon features a great new ensemble. After making brief appearances here and there, Morgan became a regular on the show in season 5. However, not too long after being brought back, The Walking Dead crossed over with Fear of the Walking Dead, a spin-off some fans find better than the original. Morgan then joined that series, becoming the pseudo-lead of the ensemble of survivors. 2/10 Saul Goodman is the seedy and obnoxious lawyer. Saul Goodman was a great comedic relief character, taking full advantage of Bob Odenkirk's comedy background. However, after going on the run, Saul was chosen as the unlikely character to carry on the Breaking Bad story. Odenkirk followed in Bryan Cranston's footsteps as a comedic actor taking a dramatic television role. 1/10 Frasier Crane. The ensemble of Cheers is one of the most lovable and fun cast of characters in sitcom history. While there were a lot of fun options to go in for a potential spin-off, Frasier Crane was a somewhat surprising choice. Though he fit extremely well into the series, he was a much more uptight character than his blue-collar pals. Frasier leaned into this as the spin-off took him to Seattle, where he began a new life living with his gruff ex-cop father and reconnecting with his jealous younger brother. Frasier ended up being a perfect headliner for his own show, while the new characters were every bit as entertaining.
Hoping it, like this, like this, like this, like this, like hoping it.